great seeing you, man. Look, you know what? Every time I see anything you're doing, whether it be on stage, whether it's just, because we all got to post something on social media, you always look like you're having a great time, man. To me, it feels like you're enjoying life and you're enjoying your career. Am I correct on both of those elements?
Yeah, well, I've been down here, I guess, for almost 5 years in Nashville, and I did come back during the pandemic up to Canada. And to be honest, I didn't know if I'd be coming back down here again. But I'll tell you a quick story. Literally, after 2 weeks of buying a place in the Okanagan, I get a phone call. Hey, man, we want to sign you to a publishing deal. And I'm like, geez, well, I guess I'm meant to be in Nashville. So rented the place out, drove back down to Nashville, and I've been here ever since, just writing songs. So it's been good.
I'm just curious, man. You weren't part of those tornadoes that were going on. I think it was like either before the pandemic, and I think during the pandemic, there was some
Yeah,
real bad ones that.
yeah, there's been some. There was actually a tornado here a couple days ago as well. We've had a couple of
Wow.
tornadoes, but the bad one I believe was 2020. You're talking about that was in East
Yeah.
Nashville. Yeah, that one took out a few homes. The last one here a couple months ago took out a few homes about 10 minutes from where I am too. So I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either, man. But I look, I've always said this: three places. If you're a true songwriter and you want to, really hone your skills, you either go number one Nashville. I would say number two is LA, and number three is New York. You think I'm correct on those?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of the LA and New York people move to Nashville. Like, people always think it's all country here, but there's a lot of like pop, hip hop. Like the biggest song cut I wrote last year was for a rap artist out of LA named Tusi. And how random is that? You know what I mean? Like Nashville's got it all going on.
Nashville is definitely on my bucket list, but always on my bucket list, man, is listening to your music because we've got a new single out.
Mm.
And I want you to talk about it. And it's not just a new single, and it's not just what it represents, but who it's performed with too. So let's make this part official. What's the
Yeah.
name of the new single? How's it representing your point in your career? And who's it with too, man?
Yeah, so I took some time off just to figure out what kind of music I wanted to write again, and I went back to why I fell in love with country music. That was like '90s country. I loved Alan Jackson, Steve Earle, Brooks and Dunn. Like I love that stuff. So I started writing like two-step and honky tonk songs about 12 months ago. I think everyone thought I was a little bit crazy, but now like seeing line dancing being a big thing back, especially down in Nashville, the bars are full. I'm like, man, the timing of this couldn't be better. So I sent the song off to Gord Bamford, and within 5 minutes, he's like, man, I want to be on the song. And I'm like, cool. I got one of the biggest country stars, ever out of Canada that wants to sing on this. So yeah, it just kind of happened all organically, and I'm super grateful to have Mr. Bamford on it.
What is it like performing with him? One of the nicest guys on the planet, always giving back through his golf tournaments and stuff. What's it like, man? And do you think you're gonna get a chance to golf with him too when he has one of those things going on again?
I have gone to one of his golf tournaments. The time I went though, it was downpour, so I actually didn't get to hit any any balls that day. But yeah, he's a super good guy, and yeah, like I said, I couldn't be happier to have him on this, and I'm glad he believes in the song as much as I do.
What I want to go back again, and you kind of just mentioned it. Why did you decide to go back to 90s? And even though people talk about that was probably the greatest resurgence time, what was the
Hmm.
importance for you in representing something that you grew up with?
Yeah, well, I've always kind of wanted to do it, but the last few years, as you know, there's been a lot of like pop country and a lot of different elements kind of going, and a lot of artists just kind of chase what was going on. But I think really in my heart, I've always wanted to do like the honky tonk stuff. So just writing down here and seeing a lot of the live musicians playing on records again, I was like, okay, like if I'm gonna write this stuff and there's a time for it to like hit the generation coming up right now, like this is the time to put it out. So I have a whole bucket load of fun '90s line dance and two-step and songs coming out on the next record. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's what I was going to ask, man. Are we looking at this as a lead up to an EP or album?
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously being down here, I'm writing a lot. I'm writing close to about 100 songs a year. Not all for me, but I'm busy writing. So obviously, the way I always tell artists, the more you're writing, the better chance you are you're going to get a little gem every now and then. So I think it's just about narrowing it down and picking the best, 5 or 6 more songs that kind of suit the vibe I want to go for. And yeah, and I think I got them already, to be honest. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Have you had a chance to perform the song live? And if so, what's the audience reaction? Because to me, the second I heard the first bar, I was like, this is a summer jam.
Thank you. Yeah, I haven't. I'm actually performing it with Gord May 19th. There's a rodeo out in the West Coast in Vancouver, Cloverdale Rodeo. It's the biggest rodeo out there. I'm headlining, and I'll just announce it here. Yeah, my special guest is going to be Gord Bamford, so he's going to fly in. We're actually going to shoot a music video that night at the Cloverdale Rodeo. So if anyone's listening, yeah, he'll be there. And that'll be the first time we're actually singing the song together. So I'm looking forward to it.
And sorry, man, what's the date? Do you remember the date?
May 19th, the Cloverdale
May 19th.
Rodeo.
Okay, just want to make sure people know about that too.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I mean, we are talking summer, so are we seeing? I haven't really looked up the full list. Are we seeing you at Boots and Hearts? Is anything happening there? What's going on tour wise for the summer?
Yeah, I did Boots and Hearts a few years ago. I won't be doing it this year, but I recently just launched a singer-songwriter festival in the Okanagan called Boots and Boats on the water. So basically, what I'm doing is I've flown up a bunch of hit songwriters from Nashville, and a couple local artists will be there as well, and we'll be performing on basically right in the middle of Lake Okanagan and Wood Lake there. It's something new I'm bringing up to Canada. I think people are going to enjoy it, and I put a lot of my focus into that. That happens June 21 to 23 in Lake Country, British Columbia, which is between Vernon and Kelowna.
Man, it sounds like, again, you're living life, man, and you're enjoying it. And I love doing that. Look, brother, I'm going to let you go so you can go write some more songs. So we got, party jams for the summer and the rest of the year. Always great talking to you. I'm hoping I'm going to get a chance to see you at some point this year, if not
Mhm.
next year. Are you hitting any of the award shows? Do we know
Yeah,
that
I'll,
yet?
I'll definitely be at the CCMA. So if you're there, I'll see you there in was it October or September? I guess I
It's
don't even
always somewhere around there.
around there.
This is what they always do to me. Because for me, I've got the Toronto International Film Festival at the same time as the CCMAs. They do this to me all the time. In fact, I remember one year when it was in Hamilton, I literally had to drive back and forth from Hamilton to Toronto to cover both. But I'll do what I can, man, to come down to see you.
You're the busy man, not me. Jeez.
Brother, always great talking and congratulations on the new music. And when you see Gord, tell him I said hello, please.
I will definitely do that. Thanks, Rudy. Appreciate you having me on, brother.